Hey everyone, this is Mario with Dragon Ball Z Card Strategy, coming at you with some commentary on our matches going forward. The match that you guys are going to be looking at was a sealed box tournament, with a kind where you get a personality, whatever's in the box is what you play with. Believe it or not, I was gunning for the Namekian Radiant Cell, and that just so happens to be the one that I got. I don't like Cell all that much, but I got him anyway. I just needed the Namekian style mastery. Playing against Liz, who was playing Saiyan Dynamic Gohan. Wasn't one of her tops. She wanted Trunks, but Saiyan Gohan will do. Looks like on my first turn, I'm going to go ahead and power up, and I'm not going to put out, looks like ball 6 that's in my hand. Looks like I have Namekian Regeneration and Forceful Block. There'd be no reason to put out the Dragon Ball. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but if you think about it, this mastery summons Dragon Balls, so having it in my hand or putting it in play, considering I only got the 2, I got one in a booster that I got with my box and the other one that came with it. So putting it out wouldn't do me any good. Okay, I passed my turn, I rejuvenate, slip on my gloves. And then it looks like Liz is going to be pulling out a couple of different cards, see if I can recognize them here. They look a little different in the newer set. Looks like one is the Saiyan Drill, the one that allows you to advance a level with 1 less anger, which is a vital necessity in this particular mastery. Looking good. Good old Saiyan Intimidation, the Banish All, the End All, the Believe All. Saiyan Intimidation. Liz passes, and looks like it goes over to me. I still have Forceful Block. Looks like I have Namekian Silencing. Looks like Knee Block. Forceful Block, and I didn't catch my own 4th card. I do declare combat, and it looks like as my first action I pull out a Dragon Ball, and it looks like I didn't explain to Liz that she needs to draw her cards. Oops. She's a little new to the game.
No, you're the block looper. It's not exactly hybrid D.
I really should be paying better attention to this. Oh, I use the Cell's power entering combat to go ahead and pull out the ally first. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, but I feel like I'm not cheating her out of things.
We got a Trunks table today. John needs you to buy another box.
Oh, lovely.
You need to buy another box to get a Trunks tech table.
Okay, looks like I'm doing a really poor job of explaining exactly what I was doing about entering combat. Gotta steal some dice from poor James.
If I have 3 or less, I can search my deck.
It looks like she's drawn good old Saiyan Rescue, Pinpoint Blast, and Rapid Fire. A very decent hand. So it looks like my actual opening action is to pull out a Dragon Ball like I was expecting to do. And probably I'm going to push ball 6 back into the deck because, like we said, because this is an open sealed box game, you don't have the deck set up the way you might. And as you know, the ones that they send you out are just a taste of different varieties and styles to come at it with. And I remember I blew this whole game by pulling out ball 1 instead of ball 6. That was real dumb of me.
So it comes in at 3.
Okay, and my action goes over to Liz. Liz has, oh my, Saiyan Cheap Shot. I have a feeling this was going to catch me right in the mug. Ooh. 7 life cards. You see how I said I probably shot myself in the foot pulling out ball 6, knowing that this deck isn't correctly set up for any of that stuff. Look at this.
The top part of your life there. That says, remember Saul Jr. has an effect that says, while you control one ally, your effects...
What did I just do? What did I do with that discard?
If the main personalities are... Dang it, I have to put this back on.
And you can see Liz, of course, is still learning on this one. That she didn't realize that the Cheap Shot is affected by the mastery because it does not contain the word anger. Okay, I'm using Cell's power, the one that destroys the top card of my opponent's life deck, and I have the option to shuffle in a... well, let's see. Shuffle in an ally in play. That's right, it's not a Dragon Ball. I think I'm too used to playing Piccolo. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'll blow up the top card of the life deck, shuffle in a Cell Jr., and then raise my anger 2 levels. Looks like that's what I'm going to do. Okay, she mills a card. Looks, you would almost think that I had a plan despite that initial mistake that I made by pulling out ball 1 instead of ball 6.
I forgot about that.
That was the whole thing with the Gohan.
It hits me.
Every Saiyan in play.
So it's 6.
Deck shuffled offered to my opponent. Liz doesn't want to cut because she doesn't feel like
So you
it.
get to raise your anger after you use the endurance. Is that
Oh, no, she cuts. All right.
2, 3, 4, 5?
The Gohan deck that one like 2 months ago.
Just regular.
Shoots me saying rapid fire, and as you know, remember we talked about how I shot myself in the foot with good old Dragon Ball 1. Oh, did I ever. And there is no endurance.
I'm going to go ahead and...
So I take a heap and helping of damage. My endurance on my cards becomes unusable, and she crits the ever-loving daylights out of me.
Like when you play that card, you do it in like 13 cards every time. Like that
Crits
whole
my
deck-
anger. Wisest thing to do. Good idea.
At least I-
Raises her anger.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
She should actually have two. One from the mastery, one from the...
Legs McKenzie. Axel Rodriguez.
I did, really? I wasted an action with that?
And it just 5 life cards all
No. To each his own. Even though I'm the guy we're talking about.
It doesn't have a anger in it, so I was going
Use your critical damage.
One draw, one black, secret.
I fire
It's all pinpoint blast, 5 life cards instead of 4, because again, I shot myself in the foot with this match.
It'll do 6 life cards altogether.
5, got some endurance in the cards. She should have more than that. I didn't realize that Saiyan Rapid Fire should have boosted her. That is a bit of an oversight. Oh man, if anyone remembers deck building in the olden days, and remembers this card, and remembers how unfortunate it was to miss with this one, having it blocked. Let's get some endurance up. Endure is part of the hit. I do, however, get to rejuvenate 3, but after the beating that I took in the banished cards, it might not be enough.
Passes one. And then it is your turn.
Watch me.
Oh, I'm just looking at what you got.
I'm not sure what I'm debating here.
I should just use that word to get rid of it.
So far, I've taken a severe beating and haven't offered very much in the way of resistance, and it rolls over to my opponent's turn. I have had an awesomely terrible combat, which, if you think about it, most people don't get to come back from that kind of thing. Oh, yes. Liz pointing out that she missed the opportunity to say an intimidation.
You do anything that says when entering combat. Well, let's see. Use when entering combat. Search your life deck for an ally with Sal Jr. in the name. You know, just jazz.
I'm going to declare combat, unfortunately, because good old Cell Level 1's power only targets the deck.
Is the one that
And I forgot several times in a row, good thing this is a friendly match, because I forgot to activate that ability. I semi-drew my first card like twice before I activated it, which is silly. As far as that goes, the strategy, of course, even with limited resources like this, not having enough, would be to pull out Cell Jr. I'm not sure what I thought I was going to do here, because if Cell Jr. is out, her first action, she did initiate combat, would be to banish him. Apparently, I really don't know what I'm doing in an ally Cell deck. She activates her setup, say intimidation, blows up Cell Jr., banishes him from the game, my only ally. I think the only reason that I thought that could recover from that would be that Cell's level 2 could pull him from anywhere. But you'd have to get there first. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I destroyed the top. That was my action. Ugh. Oh, I only have 5 stages, so I can't really take much in the way of a hit, can I? Ah, there we go. Lower my anger to 0. Raising my anger 1. Not a bad move at all. I stop with forceful block. I do raise myself in anger, gain some stages, but fat lot of good it does me. Back to 0 anger.
So I basically ended up with my.
And I do have. Oh no, I stopped the attack, so nothing else happens.
is on top of all the deck, I'll put it on green. You get to rejuvenate one immediately.
I do?
Yeah, its immediate effect is reducing.
I got so happy over dealing so little damage.
I'll attack you with Namekian elbow drop.
Yeah, you got the effect of that. Between me and you guys, I really think that Downward Blast is going to be maybe one of the most vital Namekian style cards going forward. It has the ability to recur itself. It has minor damage that can provoke an opponent to see if they're going to waste a block or not. It could be very effective. Good old Namekian style elbow drop. I love this card. My one complaint is it does not carry any endurance, and it does have to hit in order to get the effect of drawing the bottom card of the discard pile. Attack table. I'm 2 years in, I still need to consult an attack table.
We should do an alternate art like we did for the Black Aegis Mastery or Trump Line.
Ow, this one hits me.
Good, mild amount of stage damage. You would think stage pressuring an opponent would help so they stop pummeling you with energy attacks, but I have a feeling that before the end of this combat, I'm going to have to deal with that again.
The AT's 0, but it's still 5.
Aha! Sand left kick. My word. So, you know, this one's an AT +4 life card physical attack. I do believe Gohan is still below me, so the base would be 0. But, of course, remember that ball one that shoots me in the foot severely is still crippling me. I take the hit, manage to only shed 3 total cards using a little bit of endurance.
As soon as you put down the first
Did I pass? Yeah, I must have passed.
Like I said, when I was playing outside, I ran 3 resistance, 2 resistance. That's it. Fine.
You have to pass it. Nope.
Every other orange setup is duty.
I didn't realize. I didn't check to see if that was.
I mean, technically, you can run it.
It's a Mega Suit and Roshi.
Yep.
Okay, Liz going for searching out the deck.
Base.
Gonna be searching out a
Yeah, I raised my.
setup.
You do level,
I wonder what.
and then you choose to lower it, you know, because and then it lowers it because you put your transform, because it does hit me, so.
Let's go on.
Is it one life card? No, it doesn't, because you transformed on the immediate. So you're
Oh, and the Saiyan face strike, the physical attack, the one from Gohan's ability. I forgot that's what it did. Liz searched out good old level 2's ability, hit me with it, leveled up, lowered the level.
But I will shuffle in some.
My goodness.
pass again.
Oh, and no top card deck.
And I would just be like, okay, I'll send it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll text you +2 stages.
Oh, 2 stages.
My mouth range is
Sorry,
Yep,
I've never
and
used
ball
it.
1, it comes back to bite me yet again.
I'll do his attack. Wait, Brad should set up drill or ally.
Oh, because ball 6 in my hand, or else I would have used the mastery. Look at that. Oh, this Gohan has a physical attack, which is going to just rock me so bad.
I'm gonna do.
It's going to be heavy life. And if it hits though, I draw the top card menu.
Yeah, I'll pass.
I discard 1/6.
As you know, every time you level, you have to discard all your drills, unless you're a tricky orange guy. Yeah, Saiyan Rescue goes off. Nice. Liz, at this point, she tells me quite later in the match she did not realize that Saiyan Rescue allows you to choose any card in your discard pile. So I discard the Dragon Ball, of course. It goes to the bottom of the deck because that is the safest place to keep it, as it is now my turn.
Anything you throw, it follows the rule.
So I've drawn another useless silencing.
Pretty nice.
Okay, powering up. I believe I'm seeing a right throw, a zone pressure, and a cross guard. This would be a bad hand to go in on because Gohan's still packing the physical attack. I would just have to take it to the face. Yeah, rightfully going to pass. Is there a drill in the discard pile? No, it must not be. When you rejuvenate to make you cross guard, you're allowed to place a drill from your discard pile into play. Looks like I must not have had one in play.
Naturally, no, I don't have any sub-juniors. That was my only other one. Wow, that is a horrifically bad hand.
Deck's upside down. Okay, so on the field right now is still my useless level 1 cell power, at least because I just don't have the stuff to back up and make that work. And of course, level 3 Gohan, ready to lay the smackdown on a powerful physical attack. And there they are. I drew a pair of combat drills, which means half my hand is dead cards.
So what's your move?
His
Physical?
Six.
So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Does this count too?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, everyone else got extra Cell Juniors in their booster packs. I managed not to get any. And I take Gohan's physical attack on my Cell, who has very few power stages.
Yeah, 7 stage 1. It attaches and it says as long as it's attached, if I knock the card off you, it's.
Oh, mercy. And I take an extra life card, because why not? This I got out of one of my boosters. To explain this card, Namekian Whack, it's actually kind of fantastic. When you throw it, it attaches to your personality. It hits it with mucho stages, damage, attaches, and boosts your milling ability. So Namekian style never really had anything like that. I suppose going forward it might be that they're going to focus on milling. It is blocked, of course, by old arm catch, Saiyan arm catch, and Liz raises her anger by what?
7, 8, 9.
As usual, cheap shot, our favorite card. Boost your anger. Come on, Liz. Up that anger. Come on. Darn it, Liz. Up it. Come on.
And then they're all damaged.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good, right?
Yep.
Starting to see where I shot myself in the foot with ball 1 hard enough. As you know, when you have stages to take, you convert them to life cards if you're already at 0. Dang it, Liz. Raise your anger.
Senior rescue.
Good. Phew. All right. Spook myself. Because when I have a younger player, or excuse me, a newer player, I tend to spend a lot of time making sure that they follow their rules and get all their mandatory effects out so that they don't get into a problem doing that at perhaps a bigger event. I throw Cell's useless power and mill against her, doing virtually nothing. No, I'm sorry. Making Whack is not the one that boosts mill. I'm thinking of something else. That's the one that makes your mill banished, which is really neat. You can do some bad stuff to people with that, if you can provide you can increase your mill high enough. So I use the mastery and raise my anger 1 level by pulling out a Dragon Ball. As you know, the mastery says every time you pull a Dragon Ball into play, you get to raise your anger. It almost feels like a semi-futile gesture given the nature of our battle. Liz cuts the tiny deck.
To the end of combat, it says I can put this card to the bottom of my deck.
I finally shuffle Dragon Ball 1 back in so it can stop killing me slowly. I raise my anger 2 levels. I do a very small amount of stage damage to Liz. She passes again, goes over to me. And you know, Ball 6 has a neat ability to get itself back out of play, potentially to recur with the mastery, by placing it at the bottom at the end of a combat, and then I get to rejuvenate the top card of the discard pile. Whew. Mercy. So I have Namekian Combat Drill, which I think I must have been real tired during this match because I'm thinking about Liz's level 3 power killing me and annihilating any setup drill or ally I place into play. Why did I go in on 3 cards? Looks like I've got Namekian Flinch. I'm trying to see what else I have in my hand. I must have been trying to gun for... Yeah, I was trying to gun for level 2. That's what happened.
Bomb pops. Red, right.
And Combat Drill gets banished right off the bat like I assumed it would be. I do, however, stop it.
Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and fire.
Huh. That does shuffle a Dragon Ball that's in play, but unfortunately I'm not level 3.
Use Sun's power to banish the
Liz is pointing out that it looks like that's a bomb pop, the firecracker popsicles instead of Krellin's leg. So I stop the physical attack, avoid the stage damage. I do respond with a card that I'm glad we're in a friendly game, so that she has a chance to respond.
Saiyan rapid fire costs 1 cent. But it can't modify.
So I was able to banish the top card of her life deck, but you can see with the redundancy that's built into the box Saiyan decks that they don't have a whole lot of worry about that. Everything's so redundant and duplicated. Oh, Saiyan Rapid Fire hits me, derails my plans. Ah, look at the good stuff getting knocked out. All that endurance. It hits, crits, raises anger, lowers me down to 3, and I don't think I'll ever get near the upper limit like that again. I miscalculated the stage damage. Oh, there goes my anger. Saiyan spin kick lowers my anger, raises hers.
That's annoying.
I do stop it. Doesn't do anything else.
Yep.
She activates good old Saiyan Rescue, rejuvenates a card from her discard pile. Liz doesn't know yet that it could be any card. She keeps picking the top.
Tell him I'm dead.
And we end our combat, me having done very little to remedy my situation, ending on 2 anger. I came away negative. She begins her turn. Looks like she draws 2 energy blocks.
Actually, I'm not going to do whatever. I'll use his attack.
Okay, being drawn into combat. Can't use Cell's ability because I don't have it. Oh. So I drew a hand of literally all energies.
The whole game, which is a really, really dumb idea. I'm going to go ahead and use my power to pull out the Dragon Ball. So,
6 stages of damage. Gets converted to life cards. I narrowly avoided
I would have accidentally Dragon Ball out if I actually had all 7 in it.
narrowly avoided a crit. I'd have to use the mastery into a right throw, provided I could keep from getting killed. So I have 3 anger, using the mastery's once per turn combat ability, yanking out that Dragon Ball. I have a window. I could shoot to level 2 if the following didn't happen.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Gotta calculate the damage, see if I can somehow weather the storm.
So,
E,
This is true. Oh, wait, you critted me then.
7 stages.
you have only 5 cards.
Was it, what? Wasn't it 5 altogether?
Yeah, it's 5.
Oh, yeah, so that's a crit.
5 is a crit. I thought it was 6 was a crit.
I managed to get some endurance, but it wasn't enough to avoid getting critted. Oh no, wait, no, was it really 4?
So hard to try to get.
Nope, took critical damage.
Say physical attack. I shuffle it. Raise my anger 2 levels. Trying so hard to get off this thing. It's only 3 stages.
Boy, my memory really was bad that night. I had to go back and count everything up. And look at that, that's sitting in the discard pile.
He's pretty neat.
Yeah. This decks don't work unless you got the necessary stuff.
So I shuffle my extremely meager deck, leaving a card on the table, totally cheating. I hit Liz with a very tiny bit of cards. I caught my error, leaving a card out, make sure Liz gets to cut, though it still looks suspicious.
She's doing a lot more than I thought. Like, even just with 1 ally and 1, 2 allies and 2 Dragon Balls.
Makes me long for good old restored mastery so I can throw away dead cards.
5, 6, 7.
Master
Where was that?
Does it?
I'm pretty sure you
Discards a card for the effect of the back crush. And crits my anger down.
Anger.
I wish.
The word anger appears nowhere. I really wish I could. No. Business?
So that triggers.
Yes. You got to be level 4. So go ahead and use cells advantage to top of your life there.
Don't have 5 damage, but it doesn't do 7 extra fucking life.
And it raises her anger, because the mastery, of course, does not mention the word anger. Oh, and Gohan level 6 anger. The thing that's supposed to be difficult to get, just getting it left and right.
So it's going to be 1, so it'll be 4 stages.
I use Cell's worthless power, banish a single card. Like we said, entirely too redundant to be useful.
I'm not going to use the whole special thing up here.
I should have just taken it about like
There's no reason. I'll pass.
Oh, Gohan's power is being used, the one that creates an unpreventable attack. Gohan, she activates the Saiyan Rescue attached to Gohan, rejuvenates a card.
If I had more Dragon Balls, I'd already be at
Cody's wife make that?
Nope. Somebody have that.
I have to pass because I still have my big hand of energy blocks with no stages. Deck so low.
New feature.
So I'm gonna pass. Pass.
Would have been nice to draw a Namekian right throw at this point. So Liz is sitting there with a good, 2/3 of her deck still there. Half when you count the Banish Stone in the discard pile. And I'm standing there mostly dead. I have probably 2 cards, even though this is not a go-in on a combat hand. I'm not left with very much in the way of choices. I have no means of which to transform, no means of which to come back, and I have the nerve, the gall to pass my turn. I have 2 stages.
I can't tell if she's gonna figure out.
The beholder has tiny googly eyes at the end of its little tentacles.
He's not even like, I can win this. He's like, no.
No.
I get wrecked.
He has like a hand left.
I don't know what to keep.
All right, we're going into the last combat.
This one.
No. It's almost time. Just drew a hand. Looks like she had domination, one of the energy blocks.
Go ahead.
I'm going.
I had all of
I'm really
blocks.
tempted to
I'm going to go in
with
with
this
all
hand,
blocks.
and I have nothing for this hand. It could hurt me really bad.
Football 6
And without the all 7 Dragon Balls being very near the bottom doesn't mean a whole lot in the Namekian deck. Because as you know, the starter decks come with not much. They have the 1 Dragon Ball, and I picked one out of the booster.
terrible person. So here's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna pass.
It'd be a fancy schmancy hand, but I basically couldn't do much with
Turn
it.
activates.
Why? Why would I pass my turn? Oh, I get it, because I was going to try a little trick.
I'm trying to be nice.
Oh, I think it's a friendly game, because I made a calculation. See, if you throw away both knee blocks, you end your turn, you rejuvenate. Oh, and ball 6 does not go off, because guess what? This wasn't combat. Yep, miscalculation, lack of familiarity with the new set. Ball 6's power, the ability to shuffle itself back into the deck or place itself, back in the deck and rejuvenate, only activates during a combat, not the end of an average turn. So I thought I could squeeze my way out and get off level 1, but boy was I wrong.
Use my turn combat. Search your discard pile. Banish.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't work. No, come on. Oh, big old cheater me.
I mounted the latest.
No,
combat
I should not be
minions
level
ever.
2. Misplay, rule break, judge.
Alright, what you got?
Okay, bring a Cell Jr. into play.
So I got stuff to do.
Come back.
What you got?
It just I don't.
You're going to use his.
It's just what can.
No, I just did this. Oh,
He couldn't decide
no.
what Maddie wanted to use, so he used all of them.
Use them all.
Okay, I'm analyzing Cell's level 2 ability because even as I speak this, I still don't remember what it does. Well, it's a good thing we were super near the end of this match.
So I use this ability.
You might have seen at the top of your screen, there appears to be a very thick mat being used by one of the players directly next to us. But no, it's actually 7 different play mats stacked on top of each other. Not important to this game, but still amusing. So it looks like I use Cell's powers, it looks like I do the mill, and it looks like I do banish all of this particular mill. Yeah, that'd have been nice many turns ago.
2 life cards with puny life cards.
So that would be 3.
F in the league, F in the deal.
Where's the D?
Okay, here it comes. Setting my face up for a coup de grace.
D. F in the D over here.
Saying rapid fire.
And there it is. My fate is sealed.
So, you proud of yourself for murdering me like this?
Perhaps I was a little overdramatic. The reason being I don't have an energy block in my hand, as you probably already saw. And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, 2 cards. Even if they had endurance, it wouldn't matter. It's saying rapid fire. It turns off endurance. It was a good game. Liz did very well coming back to the game after so long away, and I did an absolutely terrible job with Cell. Tune in next time for a much better match.